Good to see you.
Alright there, Revenants, welcome back to Code Vein and the Road to 100, where today we are encountering the man, the myth, the legend of Juzo Mido here, the mad evil scientist that is not as mad and evil as you might think. So anyways, but that's for another time. Today we'll look at his defenses and his attack patterns and everything, and what we are going to make note of here is that this man does inhibit with every and all attacks that he has on his toolkit. However, some of them are not what they seem, and some of them are way more devastating than others. So keep that in mind, and just because the attack type we can defend against doesn't mean that we can necessarily defend against the inhibit and the frame data of when the inhibit applies and to when the damage calculation is taken into account. Sometimes those things are within 1 or 2 frames of each other, and so like the inhibit will apply first and then the damage will happen afterwards, but it'll happen so fast, but you will still die because all of your gifts will be taken away, and so all of your defense will be gone, and then you will be defenseless to the different attack that's coming next. So it's important to bring Io along here for her Panacea's Essence, that you can always remove that, as well as bringing inhibit removal here. Now, blood damage, who cares? Throw that out the window. Do not go into Mido for defending against blood damage. The things that are blood are the red blood trails that he does that inhibit you and stagger you and hit you no matter how you go or where you go, and the blood missile that goes out. However, that has inhibit on it, so every time it hits you, you're pretty much inhibited. So go for physical defense on Mido, because most of the time he'll be hitting you with his big sword, and that is what you want to be defending against, is his physical damage. Now, most of the damage that Mido will be doing is slash. All of his sword attacks, except for the thrusts in phase 2, are slash attacks. The circulating balls that go around you in phase 2, those are slash, and the bubbles that he pops out that follow you around and run into you, those are also slash. The blood trails are slash, and his double swing where he sends out the inhibit blades, those are slash. Almost everything he does, his blood veil is slash. Everything he pretty much does is a slash attack. However, his speed skating slide dash right into your face is a crush attack, so we will be weak against that specifically, and the blood bullet is a pierce attack. Those are the only 2 attacks that are different than slash. Everything else is slash. So he has all 3, slash, crush, and pierce, and he has a little bit of blood, but it's not something you should be defending against or defending for. Same rules apply, 160 for blood defense, but by the time you get there to blood defense of 160, you don't have any physical defense to speak of. So as we get going here, we will be going up against his physical defense here, first and foremost, and then we will get inhibit defense. As you see, we have enough inhibit resistance to not take inhibit from his sword slashes, but we can take inhibit from his blood veil attacks. And because we are using the Argent Wolf Sword, we have a lot of stagger potential because we are doing crush damage. Okay, and you can see here that we just don't take the inhibit, and you can see that this thing is slash as well, and so we just don't have the amount of damage that he's looking for to kill us. So there is the slide, that is a crush attack, and that's why we took damage there. So that is most unfortunate. Now, since we don't have White Mia, we do have to pay attention to our gifts and everything here. Okay. And I wish he would do his blood trail things. Okay, he's in phase 2, so he's not going to do it. Okay, so now we do need to back up and hope that he does not ruin us with the inhibit balls here. Okay. Okay, there we go. Now we're taking damage again. Okay. And he's going after EO with that. And that is a pierce attack, so we do not want to get hit by that. Okay, so we'll take off the inhibit. That is so very important to do. And now that we are in phase 2, okay, let's go for this. So you can see that we are in a way worse way here than we were in phase 1. You can see that that is a slash attack there. Okay, so let's get some I-core here. Significant I-core necessities here. Okay, and those balls are slash. Oh, Eo's dead and we're inhibited. So yeah, that's when things go south real quick, is when the inhibit happens and those blood trails build up the inhibit insanely fast. Now we do have some pretty good inhibit resist here at 113, and if we use antibody generation we're at 127, and if we use our inhibit vaccine we're at 137, which is not too bad. Now if we go for an inhibit Night Fang here, we'll be at 156 inhibit, which is really good, but we will not be at 100 slash defense, so we will still take damage and we will still take inhibit buildup. So the Night Fang here is the best possible course of action that we can go for, and you can bring Io along as she does very well for Panacea's Essence if she has the I-core for it. Now you can go for a couple other things here. You can go for the Damarang Devour to get the 25% damage reduction from Iron Will, and you will have a fairly decent I-core build-up here, which is great, and you will have the charge attack, which will stagger Mido more often than not. So that is something that you can bring along in the event that Mido is actually doing damage to you. You can take 25% less damage just because of Iron Will here along the way. Okay. Okay, and you can see that we do have some pretty decent I-core buildup. Okay, but you can see that the stamina requirements are a little bit heavy, so if we just switch back to the Argent Wolf Blade, we can get some quick damage in here. Okay, hang in there, Io. And because we are doing crush damage, right, we will be able to defend against him much easier here to stagger him into phase 1. We can get 2 staggers specifically, which is really great. Okay, so let's go for a charge attack here. Good. And because we're focused, we are able to do very well on the stagger resist here. And that last attack is always good to defend against that. Okay, good. And now that our defenses are over, good. Okay, we got all of our defenses up and running here before, and we're inhibited. And there's Io with some defense for us. Okay, and let's go ahead and heal. Okay, those blades are a slash attack there. Okay, and we desperately need our I-core back. Always dodge forward into that attack. Thanks, Io. Oh, and yep, that is why you need 100 defense in phase 2, because of that sweeping slash. It is absolutely mind-blowing how difficult that is to predict and where to defend against it. So you can see that defending against Mido is truly mind-bending with how agile he is, with how many times he's hitting you, with how much he's actually going up against your defenses and everything. It is very, very, very intense, and you need an insane amount of ichor here to be able to maintain all of your gifts in phase 2. Okay, and as you can see, we are not doing very, very much damage at all. We are just doing a very, very little bit here along the way. And so it's kind of intense with trying to deal damage while at the same time, actually staggering Mido and trying to put out damage on him, and while at the same time not allowing your gifts to drop too far out of the possession here, because you have to have your gifts going at all times, right? And the minute you lose track of your abilities here to actually put Mido down with some defense, and at the same time, and you'll notice here that we will maybe get inhibited. Okay, good. Okay, good. And let's get this going. Okay. Ouch, we're dead. Thank you, Io. And there's the stupid, yep. That move is absolutely insane. It will kill you pretty much all the time. And so the number one best way to get past Mido is to not really play into his defenses, but to go for the one shot all the time. Regardless what difficulty level you are on, you will always want to go for this build to put Mido out of his misery. And this is the guaranteed one shot on Mido to bring him down without any problems. And you have to do it with Jack, which is fine, but this is why you want to take Mido down quickly, because of the fact that everything that happens in phase 2 is not necessarily that it's difficult to play around. At slow mobility, it is insanely hard to play around, but the reality is if you leave Mido alive long enough, that is more opportunity to be inhibited, and that is more opportunity to take away all of the benefit of your weapons, your gifts, your defenses, everything. And so that is the whoops, I didn't want to do that. What I wanted was Final Journey. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our business back here. So the problem is that in phase 2, you are going up against a whole bunch of gifts and weapons and everything that you can imagine that will take you down immediately in so many different ways. And there's really nothing you can truly do about it except dodge out of the way, because like I said, those attacks are getting you to a point where you are completely inhibited and there's nothing you can do about it, and there's not enough inhibit defense that you can make yourself immune to it. And so if you get rid of Mido in the first attack and he's done and over with, you don't have to worry about any of his inhibit defenses or anything. And the highest inhibit that you can have in the game is the Ivory Grace. Here at you can get close to 200, and even it doesn't matter though, because look at the slash defense on the Ivory Grace at 24, and you can raise that to about 50 or 60 or so with Guardian Aid and Defensive Order and all of those things, and you can raise it fairly high, but you can't ever get to 100% defense on slash with the Ivory Grace. And so this would be the most ideal Blood Veil to go for if you could get it to 100, because then you would have very exceptionally high inhibit defense, but you would also have 100% slash defense, which if you could get 100% slash defense, then that would mean that you could get 100% slash, crush, and pierce and have the highest inhibit defense in the game. So this would be the most ideal if you could get it to 100%, but since you can't, it's kind of a sad day for defenses on Mido, because you are stuck with the Night Fang. And even though it does have some pretty decent inhibit defense, the fact is that the inhibit and damage in phase 2 occur, the status debuffs occur first, and then the damage happens immediately afterwards, and so you can die pretty instantaneously in phase 2. So keep that in mind. But everything he's doing is slash. We got some pretty good examples in there, and watch out for the dash sliding roller skates forward. That's a crush attack, and then watch out for the blood bullet, as that is a pierce attack. So other than that, you should be fine. Hopefully this helped you guys understand his attack suite a little more, and that you can defend against his onslaught. The problem with what we are doing though with Queen's Breath is the fact that we are slow mobility all the time, and slow mobility versus Mido is pretty tough. So I would more recommend, and I would prefer myself to be quick mobility, just to try and play the dodging game or the parry game. Mido can be parried, and the parry game and the dodge game is a much more reliable setup than looking for being able to survive all of his attacks. So your call, how you want to do it, how you want to play it, but this is how his attack suites are set up, so you should be able to work against this no problem in the future. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.